And it's Tuesday.
Yes, it is. It's Tuesday, and I'm wearing my anniversary hat today.
The anniversary hat. Yeah. Because we do have an anniversary of sorts. Actually, we already had that last week, but we both missed it bigger than shit. So, 3 years ago, the two of us started this whole stream thing.
Yeah,
Friday, November 12th, 2020.
I found one of the transition streams where I was still outside. I think that was kind of where it started. I was outside still working, finishing up that project, and I was starting to have live streams out there.
Yep.
And I found one of those and kind of
Well, that was the first one that we simulcast on both your and my channel, I think.
Yeah, and then there was another one I had you on. I was upstairs still. I still had my upstairs studio and the corner of that other room. I just took a little corner and put a couple desks up and kind of used this little cubby. I kind of like that. But I basically did the same thing. I made a corner in a room.
It's all you get is a corner in your room.
That's all I should have.
Go to your corner.
That's all I get.
Go.
I should only have so much. But yeah.
Let's say hello to our fellas here in the chat. Yellow Rose Lee, here first, lurking, stalking, whatever you want to call it. Then there's a random tech guy, whoever that might be. And then we got Eat More Possum, Brant, and Lee McCready, and Jim Stronning. Howdy, fellas. Yeah, let's hit those thumbs. You're right, James. Thumbs, please. So, yeah. So, 3 years of Lone Star, random Lone Star.
Yep. I finally got a good computer. So I'm full Mac right now.
To call that a good computer, that's a bit of a stretch.
Anybody want to see the screen of the computer I'm using? Maybe I should show it to give you. You gotta really appreciate what I consider to be a good computer. Here, check this out. Let's see if I can do this here. Okay, so this is the back room, but look at the this is the screen of the Mac that I'm using right here. Look at that. Look at the lines in there. It's an old Mac M1, but the screen is destroyed. But I set it up for dual monitors. So
why can't you just get that screen replaced?
$140 right there, baby. And I turned it into a freaking studio. So
you just put a screen on that poor laptop.
The computer is recycled. And yeah, so I just shut this screen down like that. And I've got this on dual screens. So I had to search it up and figure out how to do it. But yeah, it works pretty good. It actually there's a quirk.
Yeah, we've gone almost 5 minutes now without you crashing OBS. I mean, we're doing great.
And by the way, that last I was looking through old footage, and the day that the one of the days I brought you in, it was like really bad, like 430p, 420p. It was both were like cloudy, and I had probably crashed earlier, and and you could tell because I had no intro. But
and East Coast is here. Howdy, feller. Oh, and Jim's already opens up the door to our first subject of discussion.
So, Jim, who bought the new camera today? Did you buy one, Jim? I think it's good, by the way. I'm not.
Yeah.
I'm not giving you crap. I think it's fun. It looks fun. Looks really good. It's not as good as Captain Drone makes it sound like, though. He literally is like, this is so much better than the GoPro. And for the I'm like, no, dude, it's still full of artifacts. They're all the same. Okay. It's just a fewer artifacts. Yes. With the Go 4, you cannot read text. and with the GoPro and with the new Insta, you can read like text across the street. That's what he was doing. You could read numbers and license plates. He's like, "Oh, you can read all the license plates." I said, "No, you can't. You can read the house numbers, but you can't detect what the license plates are." Okay. Anyway, I thought it was still pretty fun. I think there's some cool things.
Well, but the only Insta 360 camera I'm interested in at this point would be the Insta 360 X3.
The X3, yeah,
Yeah,
that's a fun. My,
that
my
is.
my brother has my same disease, and he bought the X2, and he really likes that because it was so much less expensive. But the X3 is now you got the full screen.
Yeah.
What's the difference?
The X3 has that seam almost gone.
Right. Yeah. They did something with the software or with the way they got the lenses, but it's way better. Yeah, I agree. And this one's not even anything like either of them. It's not modular. We have here. You want me to put an image up
Yeah,
here?
I'm pulling up as we speak.
Yeah, go ahead and put yours up. I've got just an image, but it's on.
Oh, probably ought to help if I turn it into English, huh?
There you go.
For some reason, they keep putting me on the German. So
I really like the flippy screen idea. I mean, as silly as it is, it was a really good touch.
it is cute, but for an action camera, a flip screen, I'm not so sure about.
Well, as long as but if you can get it in a housing, it's heavy too. It's heavier.
Yeah.
So you've got the Ace and the Ace Pro, which is interesting because remember the Ace Pro and the Ace are both drones from a company we don't want to talk about.
Yeah. Well,
But
we'll skip over that part of it.
why can't they come up with their own name? They Insta 360, something else. I mean, why they steal each other's names? Call it the the Random Pro. There you go. But yeah, so you got them specs up there. Let's check those specs out.
Well, sensor and the Pro 101.3 versus 1/2 on the Ace.
So I've got the 1/2-inch version.
Yeah.
But not the Ace 1/2-inch. I've got the old 1/2-inch. Because the old one, the whatever they call it, the 4K something, the newer one was f2.4, I think, and 1/2-inch. Now they advertised also the little watch, doodad add-on, and then of course the AI. So I just want to kind of think about all the different things that they're calling a, kind of groundbreaking. The AI thing is kind of fun. I just think especially okay. Did they say it does vertical shooting? Does it shoot vertical content? Because to me, that's a big miss if it can't shoot vertical content.
Well, I don't know how we got to a point in our life where we can't turn the damn camera 90 degrees anymore.
Well, that's what I'm saying. Can you turn the camera 90 degrees and it does vertical content? That was one thing I did not find clear with anybody, but would make sense. Now, this has a gyroscope in it. They didn't take the gyro out. I like that. They also made it, they also allow your Apple Watch, if you're one of those people, knuckleheads like me, to be able to interact with it so I can turn it on and off, that kind of thing. I can Bluetooth with it.
The waterproof, don't even get me started.
10 meters.
Don't ever take out an action camera into water.
Yeah, my first GoPro, or my first Insta 360, I made that mistake.
Yeah.
I think I told you that. I
Yeah, I
dipped it in the
know.
water really quick, but I forgot to shut the little power door.
Yep.
It was just a split second, and it fried the Wi-Fi of the core module. So what that does is now you can't update it. You know, so I had every time I wanted to update it, I had to take a SD card, go to the computer, find out if it had because I couldn't even tell if it had an update. But I still have that, and I don't use it. But what I did was I bought the new one for $299, kind of like the one they've got for
Yeah.
sale right now. They're selling that same one for $245 or something. But
Yeah,
you
you
can,
had the RS and you bought the RS1 or whatever that was, and then
the new one comes with another core module that's upgraded, so you can
yeah.
actually use that with your old camera module. So I've got both cameras, and I've got the new core module and the better battery that came with the second one, the RS1 or whatever.
Well, we got 8K video at 24 frames per second on a 16:9 on a Pro.
Hey, Maddie, how you doing? Welcome in.
How come it doesn't show any active HDR resolutions for the
Sean,
Pro?
welcome in. It is HD. There is HDR resolution on it somewhere.
Yeah, but it only shows on the specs on the Ace and none on the Ace Pro.
Oh, well, be probably based in the Ace Pro's got to have active HDR. You'd think it would.
But hey, 4K up to 120 frames per second on a 16:9, that's pretty healthy.
We should ask Sean. Sean is the resident expert. Optical zoom to in 4K. Sean's kind of a
They're
camera.
automatic on the Pro. Okay, HDR is automatic on the Pro.
Yeah, Sean, you're
the,
a resident camera expert. I'm actually, and Sean can probably attest this. I'm actually starting to move myself towards the softer images. And with the 1/1.3, you can get a much softer image. You can turn the sharpness down. And I like also the diffused light. So I'm waiting for, I don't have the specific filter, but there's one called they call it the black snow or snow, what I forget what it called. It's called, anyway, it's a diffuser, and it's, yeah, I'm the name is is kind of, and Sean, can you fill me in there in that one? That's the
well, you do
Black
that.
Magic or something like that. Pro Mist. There we go. Thank you. That's what I'm. So they Freewell has their own mist filters, obviously, and I have the new mist for the Mini 4, and that is really cool looking. I took the mist filter and I've now got it installed on my Mini 4. I'm going to fly with it for a while. I'm going to do some Mini 4 shots. I really like yeah. So the Pocket 3 does have one too, doesn't it?
You still have the Mini 4?
Yeah, you can miss that. It's a 1/1.3, and you can put that.
I'm just surprised you actually still have a drone.
Exactly. Oh, the Mini 4 it is so good. I mean, it's hard to it's like having the Air 3, but way smaller. It's literally the same freaking drone. It's actually scary what they've done with the Mini.
We have a few other people join us here. Maddie's Drone World, howdy Matt, and Drone Delirium is here.
I still haven't gotten rid of my Pocket 2. I felt that thing has been my workhorse. I don't know what to do with it. If something's been with you that long, it's hard to sell it. I really can't. I might have to put it up on the shelf and put a little candle in front of it or something. Maybe put one of those, kind of one of those little gongs behind it, and maybe some incense burning in front of it. What do you think? I think I'm going to do that. I'm going to get a little tiny base about this big, and I'm going to put an incense burner in front of it and maybe a little Buddha, and then put the camera right there. And maybe a shot of booze right there. Just, a shot of rum. Put it right there. Set it there. I'm not kidding. That's how much I appreciate that camera and what it's done. You're putting a bong behind it. And that would be somebody. I couldn't do that. That's just not me. I couldn't do a bong. Somebody could, but I couldn't. Sean, I could see you pulling off a bong. Sean's what is he got? Sean's got like lenses that are probably worth more than all the drones and cameras that I own. So he's got one Sony lens that probably is, $6,000. I guarantee it. Or I think he's got a cinema camera too, somewhere. Oh, he said gong. My bad. All right, we've already gone off the deep end.
Yeah, we're off the rails as usual. It don't matter. It's all good.
Kai, I got something to show you here.
Oh, what do we have now?
It's insulting to you.
Oh,
okay?
What do you got now?
You know how people are always insulting the Germans?
Okay.
I got to show you this. This is literally the most insulting thing I've ever seen. Germans are completely insulted all the time. So let me show you this. You definitely got to see this, okay?
I got to see this. Oh boy.
Let's see here. Let's see. What in the hell is it?
And this is where Dad Random went off the air.
Let's see. Don't show these tips anymore.
Are you still? You find something else with Hooters in the comments or what?
I found. Let's see. Why is it doing that? It's not letting me present anything. I have no idea what's going on. I don't know. It could be my setup. You know me.
Yeah.
Damn. All right, I'm going to have to do it old school because this is not believe me, it's appropriate. Okay. Damn, this is crap.
So you click on present down there, and then you go to.
Yeah. I'm getting a message though.
What does it say?
It says I hit share screen. Oh, there we go. It's a new let's see. Deny. There you go. Here we go. They showed up. Sorry. I finally found it here. All right. Insta360 launch. There we go.
Howdy, Bob Casey, and off axis.
It was just trying to ask me if I'm trying to share the audio. I'm not going to play the audio. I just want to show you this.
All right.
Okay, this guy right here. This is a complete insult to Germans because that's what they're pretending, that there's some kind of, this really boring guy wearing all black and little glasses, and they're like, and in a very a very fine complexion. It's like Farfignugan, and he's trying to sell the camera.
But if you look at the wheel and the background on the picture,
what is that?
I think that's London.
That's London. He's not speaking with an English language or an English accent. I don't think. We're not going to get a copyright on this because they don't care. There's no music. It's just a dude.
An editing feature.
Oh yeah. Now he's talking like a loser. So anyway, I'm not going to play any more music because I don't want you to. But I just. But yeah, so it's that dude. He's kind of like he's their face for this. But I just thought it was insulting to Germans that they always try to look like Germans, but there's never a German there.
Yeah. Yeah. Even Sean agrees. That's London in the background. So,
But he's an English guy pretending to be German. I don't understand. He's totally
those are
trying
the
to pull
worst
it off.
kind.
He's trying to pull it off. He's trying to do this. Let me tell you something about this phone here. This is a really good camera, and I'd like to share you here. And I like F1. You know.
There's that mute button. Found it.
For that. I just thought he was kind of I just thought they were trying to pull off the fake German guy. He's not trying at least that hard. So, but no, the camera seems like it's really good. What do you think about the price?
Yeah, it's what, 250? No, 450 for the pro and 380 for the non-pro. It's in line.
Yeah,
a little more than what's the DJI camera now? The Action 4. What does that thing run now?
I thought Action 4 is $399. I think it's $400.
Let's have a look. See,
the problem with the Instago right now is that it needs like 1,000 accessories that don't come with it, like the magnetic mounts. They're not. You'd have to buy the package, which is you're up to like over $500. So,
Johnny Droneflyer showed up. Howdy.
But I do think the night footage is good. That's not what I'm saying is that they're comparing it to these other. It was getting compared to by, our resident expert, and I just didn't agree with, obviously he's not saying that because he means it. He's just saying it because he's just saying it. But, and I understand his position. I say a lot of things too, but the sad thing about me is I actually believe it. So
yeah. No, and so 360, interesting product, but I don't know that I have a use for it.
In an action cam, it's limited because it's got the detached screen, which is really big. So literally on the backside, you have a big plate that can break.
Yeah. Well, I'm looking at it from a scuba diving standpoint, and
you have
you want to be able to see that screen, but I don't see that they make a dive case was that thing flipped.
Right. So you're basically,
and if they do, it makes it so damn big that it's going to be hard to manage underwater.
Right, because in underwater, it'd be nice to have the flipping screen, right? So the forward facing without having to flip it.
Yeah.
Because, you just, and then now you're this way and you can frame it up. Because in the water, you're like a seal, you don't have hands. You're just like, and you got all this stuff going on that you have to have your hands on. The last thing you care about is a freaking camera. You're worried about dying. Okay. That's all I worry about when I'm diving is how am I not going to die today? So, last thing you want to do is, mess with the flippy screen. So,
yeah, no, I'm, I like the front screens for that because you can actually see whether or not you're on frame. I mean, that's about all you want to see anyhow. One
of the dives that I did take an action camera, I bought one of those really cheap ones on a dive trip, and I'm like, all right, I'm gonna see if this thing can get down at these 10 meters. Okay. And I was free diving with big old fins, and I took it to 40 feet. So and I'm like, yeah, and I was taking pictures. It worked. So I don't know. Lucky. So I think sometimes it's luck.
Yeah. I have my dive light has a handle that you stick your hand through, and then it sits on the back of your hand, and there's a cylinder like that. So I want to get a clamp that sits on it, was a GoPro mount, so I can have the camera sitting right on top of my dive light.
I think one of the things that we need to do here, I need to do is, we were talking about this the other night, is get a working set of scuba. My problem right now is all my crap needs to be serviced.
Yep.
So like my my tank, the tanks go like 5 years.
Yep. Every 5 years, you got to send them to hydro.
And then you got to hydro test them because they're, they want to know that the, aluminum or steel, whatever they're made out of, can expand and contract safely. And then of course now you got dive computers. I just bought a new dive computer when I stopped diving. So I got to go and get that in there. I have to have them change batteries. I don't think mine's user replaceable. I'd want them to. Mine
is user replaceable.
I have to go check. I might have a little.
I've got the Scuba Pro Soul, so that it's the wrist unit wireless.
Yeah.
Or hoseless, I should say.
Yeah, so that's nice. I don't have mine's hosed up, and it's not a. And I don't know if it's. I'm trying to think of the brand. Everything that I used was it was Oceanic and Tusa.
Yeah.
But Oceanic doesn't exist anymore.
Yeah, they ceased existing quite some time ago.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've got all Scuba Pro. I got Scuba Pro computer. I got Scuba Pro regulators. My BCD is not Scuba Pro.
Isn't that interesting that, like, okay, we're not talking about drones right now, but we are actually doing that because the scuba industry is a lot like the drone industry. And, you want to basically put your bet on a company that's going to be around. And I put my bet on a company that isn't around anymore. So to get parts for the Oceanic Alpha 1 that I have, it's impossible. They don't have them. They don't make them anymore. You got the Alpha 1 and then the Alpha.
I can ask my shop when I go pick up my tanks.
Because mine are the old side exhaust where,
I know. Yeah, I know. I actually had some of their regulators in the past.
I really liked them. They were fun. I actually dove with some that were kind of getting older, and I'm like, this wasn't a good dive. It was really hard to breathe. We didn't have the springs right.
Yeah.
And I was like purging into it after a while. I was like, that's not good.
Yeah.
Good regulators it's effortless. You just breathe. Yeah. Anyway. But anyway, you basically put your bet on a gear, right? Just like FPV or whatever. And then you want it to last long, and then you want to be able to update it and then be able to service it. And it's the same idea. But yeah, we got a good camera coming out here. I thought Insta360 is a good company. I think I like their innovativeness.
But since we're going off the reservation with drones, I mean, what would be the last place you expected to buy drones at?
Mm-hmm.
Apparently,
anybody guess first?
Home Depot now carries drones.
Oh boy, you know where that's going.
It's
anything
to make a buck.
Yeah, take a look closely at the designs of these drones.
Yeah,
look very closely because the names are very familiar to most of us.
I mean, their pricing is from about $35 to about $300.
I need wood screws. But
they still do, Johnny. It's right here, $34.88. The Skyrider Pro Quadcopter drone was Wi-Fi camera, remote, and phone holder. Now, I don't know what the difference between that one and this one is, but what do I know? But Maddie, our resident FPV Here we go. We have an FPV drone for $70. Come on, it was a 1080p HD camera.
It's pains. It's paining. It gives me pains. Oh.
It's like the equivalent to fingernails on chalkboard, isn't it?
All you got to do is look at the motor and go, "Oh my God, this hurts me." With the brushed motor is always my favorite. They're quiet. They're very quiet. You got to tell. They be very, very quiet because the brushed motors are very quiet, especially when they stop working. I have some fun little toy. Can I here while you're looking at those? Let me get something out here.
Oh, what is he looking for now? Hey, has lithium batteries. I mean, come on.
All right. Okay.
It's not all trash.
Okay, guys, I am.
Oh, what do you find now?
No, guys, I'm not against toys. Okay, so I want you to know that I love toys. Okay, this is actually really fun. I haven't done a video on it, but I really like it. Okay, and most of you guys have seen drones like this. Okay, and I just want to show you this one really quick.
East Coast, it's not going to be a Tello. He wouldn't spend that much money.
No. So it's one of these. I always wanted one of these. Basically, it's a controller with the drone in it. Okay, one of those little toys. It is really fun. But anyway, I've flown this thing, and it's just kind of it's silly fun. It's $30, you know. It's one of those, and you take it out. It's one of these little tiny things, and you can actually fold out the wings. It's called the Cyclone, and they have little removable batteries. So it's fun. This one actually will do like it'll revolve around a fixed object. It does have a camera, but don't waste your time. But it's fun. It flips and does all kinds of fun things. So yeah, it's a little Cyclone, and the little controller. You think of a kid, or you and me, we're kids too.
I know you just were dying for a pink controller. I mean, I get it.
But yeah, and then anyways, this is the only problem I don't like is these come off, and they you can put them in there. Anyway, this is a good learning tool. Very fun. Line of sight flyer. Folds up, fits in a little tiny space. Just like that. That's cute. I've always wanted a drone like that fit in the controller. And anyway, I haven't had time to mess with this much other than that. So, but it is cool. I'll get it up on a short video, but
Bob Casey's saying you would look hot in pink.
Yeah. When people send you stuff, you don't really have much choice as to the color, so I really don't care.
Well, hold on. Let's say hello to Bill here real quick. Coast to Coast is in the house. Warren Accurato. Make sure we get everybody in here. Do we have anybody that hasn't been smurfed yet? No, I don't see anyone. No newbies. And if you don't mind, hit that button, please. So
I had to tell Alexa to put my blue light on.
And we got Waypoint in New England. Howdy, fella. And we got DV UAV Pete.
Welcome. We've got a good crowd popping in here. Yeah. So all those Home Depot drones, they're all basically reboots of the Rucos and
they've been around for a while. The tried and true.
Right. I always look for these. If you just show this one really quick, I just want to show you this one. I actually turned one down. Ruco wanted to send me something that I'm just not interested in flying. I'm like, I'm not going to fly a brush drone. I'm not going to put that out there.
Come
I don't
on,
like them.
that's an F-28.
Yeah. Now this one, I just want to tell you what I like about this is that this version, let me see if I can get,
If you crash it, you're not eternally broke.
no, it's this one has the new model controller, the one that is the long range controller. It's that one right there down below. Let me see if I can, does it give me yeah, right there. So this is what they did was they took the cheap controller, put it in a different case, and on their better versions of it, this definitely doesn't have the same Wi-Fi transmitter, but on the more expensive one, they double the power of the transmitter, or they just throttle it down and throttle it up. But this one will get you 9,000 feet if you've got if they put the right guts in it. Which this one
Well,
does.
is it American feet or is it Asian feet?
But anyway, yeah, I wouldn't buy this in a million years. Not for $300. No freaking way.
Oh, it's $249.99, so it's $250.
Yeah, no. I mean, the one I've been flying, the Potenzic, that has an actual gimbal. I mean, it actually has a 3-axis gimbal that actually works. And in the last video I put up, even though my video crapped out, it didn't go out. I got flying and I forgot about turning it back on. I didn't care. It didn't really matter at that point. But what really did happen was I ended up with a kind of a nice little mistake, which was I got really good video through the video VTX, which turned out pretty good at 6,000 feet. So very happy. Anyway, if you notice, the gimbal is really stable. I mean, and I was flying in probably 15-mile-an-hour gusts at times, and they were coming off the cliff. And one of the things that was happening to me was as I was flying along the cliff, it wanted to suck my drone down. It was sucking down, and I'm like pushing it up and flying over this freaking cliff, and it's sucking down constantly. It reminded me of the Mini One. And an ex-girlfriend.
No, it's whoop, that's not what we want. This is the one we want.
Oh, yeah. RID.
No,
Compliant?
not already compliant. Well, let's not go there. But Formula One in Vegas. Okay.
I stayed up.
I didn't.
Because the
I got the start of it.
You already knew who won the championship.
Well, the championship been decided
right
3 or 4 races ago already.
Right.
But how the guy won, I didn't care for. They should have nailed his ass to the wall for that one.
Oh,
that was not sportsman at all.
Oh, the passing at the end there?
No, right in the first corner.
I know what you're talking about. Right at the start.
Right at the start, where you run the guy off track.
Right. He did. He got pushed out. They need to change the rule. They need to change the rule. It's not optional to give the place back. They have to make it mandatory. Yeah. Shouldn't you start at a straightaway and not a freaking corner?
Well, they're starting on the straightaway, but it's a mad dash to that first corner.
Yeah, it's 200 miles an hour going down a half a mile. I mean, they're there in a half a second. That's true.
Yeah. No, they come down to the first corner, and that's a lot of decisions getting made in that first corner.
Yeah, I didn't know. I haven't watched enough racing. I knew that he got cut off. I knew that he got turned in on side of. But there's nothing you can do at that point. He has to give away. Otherwise, he's going to lose his car.
Yeah. They both lose his car.
Right.
Both lose their cars. I mean, there were plenty enough crashes in that race.
Right. Interesting though. I learned a lot. I just happened to be at the right place at the right time. I was interested in the Vegas thing. I think they did a really good job at kind of promoting it. I just wasn't used. Yeah.
No, they had the celebrities there and everything. There was a little boo-boo in free practice 1 where the manhole cover came up.
Right. And then I didn't understand. See, that makes no sense to me that that you would get penalized for a problem that's wrong with it, something that's wrong with the track.
Yeah,
know?
that's just
But he didn't get
there's a lot of controversy around
Yeah,
that.
my father-in-law tried to explain it to me because he's a big F1 guy. He was like, it's not necessarily the track; it's the plate that's underneath his car that
Yeah.
they're, that gets broke.
No. Thing is, that part came out and bounced on the bottom of his car and
Right.
tore up a bunch of shit. I mean,
Right.
we're talking millions of dollars in damage.
Right. Yeah.
Okay. Because I mean, these
It
cars.
was his battery pack. It was his battery pack, right?
He lost his battery pack. He lost his driver cell. He lost. I mean, they had half the car was done. They had to put new floor. They had to put new battery. They had a new drive in it. It got quite intense.
Yeah.
For them to even be able to replace all that in that short a time frame is a miracle. I mean, they got 24 mechanics in that garage, but I mean, there's only so much room to work on that car.
Right.
And for them to practically rebuild the damn thing from scratch.
Right. It's not fair because you basically get a brand new car and everybody else, there's guys that are racing for a season with a single car. The poorer race teams, they
don't run on a single car.
Well, you know what I'm saying? They don't have the money to basically replace entire engines,
Yeah.
Yeah, that's.
Well, I don't know if you saw Nando, the Norris guy, Lando Norris, crash out.
Yeah.
That car was done.
Yeah, there was not much left. They just break up so easy. But it's not really easy. I mean, they're going from, they're going over.
I mean, I'm going back to the crash. Was the guy, and I forget what his name is, but it was right at the end of the season 2 seasons ago, and he crashed into the guardrail, and the car blew up in a giant fireball. And anybody that saw that crash initially thought that driver was a goner, but somehow the cockpit that the driver sits in is so reinforced these days that he walked away from that crash. He walked away from that crash.
Right.
Yeah, he had burnt fingers, he had burnt feet and all that. But I mean, considering the crash and the everything else.
Yeah.
And then that was his last race was at Team 2. He actually left Formula One after that and is now racing IndyCar.
One of the things I thought was neat was was before the race started, they did all the tests and they were showing the track and stuff. I thought it was cool that they got in a car, they got in the Alfa Romeo. Who's the guy that was with Danica Patrick? He's a racer. He works for Sky News, but he's an old racer. You remember?
Martin Brundle.
Yeah. So he's like, they're driving this Alfa Romeo around. Now it looks, they're not just chilling. They're probably going 100 miles an hour. A lot of, and you could see everybody's concentrating, Danica's watching and they're chatting, but he's probably driving over 100 around his track. And then she gets in there and you could see him. He's like, so she's probably driving faster. I just thought that was kind of a nice touch, so.
A couple of years ago on the German TV, they took Sebastian Vettel, the German Formula One driver, 4-time champion, and they disguised him and sent him into a car dealership to test drive a car.
Oh man.
Of course, he got this little sporty number and he's like, okay, I'm going to have to try this out and see what this thing can do.
Could you imagine being with a
poor salesman about died of a heart attack?
Yeah, I don't need to have that kind of excitement. And that's kind of what they do. If you're not used to going that fast, it's scary, it's period.
Yeah. Well, no,
And you don't understand how a car, they can feel the road, they're like, I know what I can do with this. And, they're narrow though. I mean, you look at anyway, I thought that was very interesting. I learned a lot, I learned a lot that I thought that was fun. Like I said, I stayed up to watch it. Usually I don't necessarily do that. So, yeah, interesting. I know it's it's technology we're driving. We're talking about it said new, and if you have never watched it, the other thing I didn't know about F1 is that it's as short as it is. That the race is, I think I told you this, that the race is 50 laps. And it's not a whole day's adventure like we watch an Indy 500. You're like, all right, 3 hours later, yeah, all right, we're at lap 200. It's quicker, it's faster. There's a faster flow to it, which I think in my brain I needed, and it worked. I'm like, all right, I can watch this. I can, 25 laps. All right, we're almost done. We're halfway done with the race, and then you watch. Everybody coming in and they're talking about pit stops and what tires they're running and all that stuff. So I thought it was interesting.
Well, I actually have the F1 app on my TV. It's about $90 a year. And when the race is on, I can actually, through my remote, select each one of the cars and get the camera view off of that car.
Right. That's neat. You
get to see also hear the radio traffic.
Yeah, we get to see, we can see it from, in the presentation, but they're looking at drivers they want to see. So you'll see the steering wheel and you'll see what the driver's seeing, and then you
don't see what the driver's seeing. They have some drivers that have a camera in the helmet.
Oh, okay.
In the visor. Yeah. But this one is actually mounted on top of their intake, just to the side of it. There's a little wing coming out on the side, and there's a camera mounted in there. And they now actually have it stapled that camera stabilized, so it doesn't go banking anymore. So it stays horizontal. But since we're doing our 3-year anniversary stream, we ought to give something away. So I got a set of coasters, and I'll throw on some stickers. I think I've got a whole assortment of stickers here that I can throw in on the deal. So anybody that wants to partake, enter #3 in the chat. #3, and then we'll do a drawing here in a bit. So we got some coasters and stickers. Now we need to write out the 3. Write it out. Write out the 3. Unfortunately, that machine won't take that 3 for some reason.
Yeah, I'm trying to see if I got.
There you go. Eat More Possums getting it. So, on a side note, CADX starting to irritate me a little bit. They still have not shipped my goggles, and they haven't answered my emails either. So, yeah. They did send out a general statement saying that we're starting to ship this week. And since I ordered on day 1, I figured I should have a shipping notification in my inbox, but I do not have a shipping notification yet. So I'm getting a little irritated with those guys.
Yeah, I don't like it when there's a lot of that going on with a lot of products right now.
Yeah.
Where there's you put money up front and then you gotta hope for the best. So I'm not a huge fan of that. I've done enough of it, and I've never been screwed totally. Sometimes there's just crap happens, and that's kind of what that might be the case, is they've got some issue. So I'm just
Yeah.
I'm installing a control center for my camera. That's all I'm doing here. But yeah, man, when I'm there we go. I just want a little bit more control over my camera. Crap. I don't, like I said, the Mac to me is like freaking, it's like working at on Mars. So it's literally like being on Mars for me. Let's see here. Everything is passworded, and so.
So, but
Yeah, I don't, yeah, like I said, we had had a pretty good run here, man. We've been doing a lot of interesting things. We get off task, but that's
well, this is supposed to be fun, and
right.
neither one of us getting rich of any of this.
Yeah, there's definitely
Quite contrary to that. I mean,
there's a time commitment for sure, and I've definitely been balancing that. On Fridays, sometimes I just have to crap can everything. I was like, I can't come on Friday, or I can't. I got to get a video. I want to get a video out instead because I enjoy flying.
yeah.
Like today. Actually, what I did today is I haven't flown the Spark in a while, and I was having some trouble with the IMU calibration and stuff, and I was getting this weird beeping and all this crap. So I said, all right, I'm going to fly the Spark. I'm going to see if I can get that problem out. And I did a little flight. It worked out pretty good. It flew. So we'll see. It's old technology. So but
Nothing wrong with old technology.
yeah, I think there's a lot of people that still have that drone. I need to bring that out to the spot that I was at with the Potenzic Atom. I need to bring the Spark out there. I have never flown a Spark off of that spot, and I know it would do a really good job. It would be a short flight because you only get 12 to 15 minutes. But that's all I'd probably need, And I wouldn't be able to get out that far. I'd probably be able to get out. I'd be able to get out to the cliff, but I'd get really good video of that cliff. That thing, the camera, that's the 2.3-inch sensor. A lot of people, they dismiss that camera and say, oh, that's old technology. It's actually really damn good technology still to this day.
And let's say hello to Tex Arch Drone Guy, Michael. Welcome. He already caught on to the giveaway. Yeah, it's just going to be some coasters. Right there. There's some coasters.
I'm surprised you didn't make a comment about the Insta360's 1/1.3-inch sensor.
That's what everybody uses. I mean, that's the hot ticket in China right now. So
there must be a factory that's all they do.
Yeah.
Just mass produce tens of thousands of 1/1.3-inch image sensors.
Yeah. Yeah. No, I'm getting ready to actually place another order with CADX because I need a couple more VTXs to retrofit some of my other quads that I'm yanking the DJI stuff out of.
Yeah, you've been doing a fire sale, and that's good, man. I think there's an imbalance in the force, and you're happy with what you got, and you like the way it fits into the larger and the smaller drones, and you get decent HD video, and you can put it in either one, and there's the flexibility of all the things that are working. And they're gonna get their HD system updated, and it'll be 1080p, 4K coming out of the next generation, like without even a doubt. They'll probably even throw a 1/1.3-inch sensor in the next walk snail camera.
That pro camera is really good as far as I'm concerned. If sticking GoPros on quadcopters is kind of a waste.
Well, yeah. I mean, you don't want to do that. I mean, it's heavy. It takes away the good.
I know where certain content creators use the GoPros to have better content. I get that. But for most of us that just fly for fun and not really using the footage for anything and showing it, on the cell phone to somebody,
Right.
1080 is just fine for that.
Yeah.
And
And
Mad Tech just released a video with all the latencies on all the different systems and what have you.
just get a thumb. Just get an Insta 360 Go 3 or Go 3. Go 3. Yeah. Was it Go 3?
Yeah, there's a Go 3 now.
Okay. Whatever. I'm just saying. Hey,
I still have the Cat X Peanut, which was the Go 2. So
stick the Ace. Jim says he's going to stick the Ace Pro on the Avata to see what the AI and the app does. Interesting. That'd be.
So one you've got taco night tonight.
Yeah, it's coming.
All right, then
We're getting close. We're getting. And I gotta thank you for saying that because I've been missing my calls, and now that you say that, I'm checking my watch just to make sure I don't.
So if you haven't entered the #3 in the chat yet, now's your time, because I'm gonna do this giveaway here in a second.
Yeah, I'm interested, Jim, to see what you think of that camera. I'm always interested. I don't see me buying one anytime soon because I just don't. I've got too much crap that I don't use as it is right now. And my Insta 361 RS, I just never use it. So I'm gonna probably have to that'll find its way onto eBay with all the millions of other ones. Probably get $50 for it.
All right,
But
I'm gonna start collecting comments. We got 7 entries.
there we go. That's enough for
here we go. Here goes nothing. Come on. East Coast.
All right.
Congratulations. East Coast sent me an email to lonestaruav@gmail.com, so I got an address to send the stuff off to you.
There can't be a bad winner today in this group. So
nope. So East Coast, congratulations. Shoot me an email. lonestaruav@gmail.com.
I should fire sale my Spark once I get having enough. It's got 3 really good batteries. So maybe I'll do a giveaway with that. That would be a really good giveaway. Sparks are timeless. It's a freaking timeless platform. And if you just want to dink around in the boat, that's perfect. And if you lose it, you're like, meh, whatever. $180, I go buy me a new one. You can't buy the batteries though for $180. Good deal. That's good, man. See, there we go. Boom. Can't have enough of these.
Yeah, East Coast. Shoot me an email.
Hey, Kai, are you still thinking about getting a laser engraver? Is that still an idea in your head?
That's still an idea in my head, but I had to massively purge shit and get shit out of my hair.
What's the going rate on a small laser engraver like that, where you can do those little, like, go get a bunch of cork, and then make your own? That would be fun. What are they running? They pretty pricey?
They're pretty pricey.
Yeah, they $500.
It depends on how strong a laser you want.
Right, because some will cut, right?
Some will cut, and some will just burn. And I looked into it, and for what I wanted, I was looking right at $1,000 bill.
Oh wow, yeah. but
And
something you can pretty much do anything with. People could bug you and go, "Hey, would you burn me
yeah,
up some?
well,
I want to
what I would
customize my Mac or something."
see, what I would want to do is, take one of these and engrave a logo in on it. You know,
My son wants to do a magnetic koozie, which I think is a kind of a fun idea. I would like to
they
print
already
the
make those.
koozie, huh?
They already make those.
Well, right.
Koozies that have like 2 or 3 magnets on one side, and you
Yeah.
can actually sit it hanging on the side of the fridge. Yeah.
Do they have one in a? Do they have an STL file for that?
Why would you need? They make them out the neoprene. The koozies made of neoprene, and they just saw a little pocket on the side of it
I want
and
to print
sticks a
one.
magnet in it.
I want to print one and customize it and make it fun. You know. And then,
I mean, to be a koozie, you'd have to print it out of TPU to have some flex on it.
right. That's what I'm thinking. Then you could actually double side it and create a little bit of an air jacket. You know, I'm just thinking about things.
Well,
To make it
just
a little,
don't
to
put
create
a
the air
100.
gap.
No, make it a little thicker, and don't put the
No
input
foot
at
fill.
100%.
Yeah.
That gives you the air pocket in
You
there.
just need a teeny bit, and it'll be squishy. Anyway, I think I like his idea, and I think the design. Obviously, there's stuff out there, but it's not about, because everybody's remaking the wheel. It's about creating your own version of the wheel, and one that's kind of fun like that. Adding that little bit of insulation and being able to print it. Anyway, it's just a thought. I'm trying to solve all the problems of the world in my head right now. So yep, we did have a successful flight of the Spark today. I really did. It was just a short little flight up. I went up probably about, 200 feet, took some video, used the Go4 app for the first time in freaking 6 years.
Yeah.
And it wasn't 6 years.
I still prefer the Go4 app to the Fly app.
Yeah. Oh yeah. I didn't, I just want to see if my video my video's up on my phone. That turned out good. Thought that's kind of fun there. There you go. There's your
Spark in action.
Spark. That little bit there. There's the red mountain. So anyway, tell you something, fun times. That's that fake AI that they use for the quick shot that they do. So yeah, for like I said, 1080p, it's you can't beat the Spark. The Spark is worth its salt. It's earned its salt. I regret a couple of things. The other one is selling the Air One, the original Air One. I needed to sell it, but I had so many cool things customized in it. I had the big patch antenna on it. I could get really solid, reach with it, and really good video transmission was just excellent. Great video. That's a 1/2-inch sensor too, I think. No, it's a 1/2.3. Same thing. Just better software, better lens probably. But all right, man. Yeah, Go4 is, that was a old standard,
Yeah. The Go4, that was a good app.
Well, we've got one more release coming. DJI is going to put out their new big dog, and then we have to have some kind of FPV showing up. And I know not necessarily DJI, but they're going to come out with something.
DJI was the FPV. I think they kind of screwed the pooch.
Do you think? Yeah, maybe he'll just can it for a year, because that's what they did with that's what they did with one of their with the
if DJI were to lower the price on the O3 unit, no, I bet they do a bunch better. But
it's coming. Jim Dronin said it's coming, man. It's on its way, baby. I had fun flying a couple of drones. Definitely the Avata. The Avata is just a really nifty little platform. I like the old FPV, the old fat pig, Quasimodo. It's just a fat, heavy, but really smooth in the air. It was like flying a Cadillac, a 5-inch Cadillac. Really enjoyed that. For the short time that I owned it.
all 2 weeks of it?
All 2 weeks of the to eat more possum, go for bloated massively over the years. Yeah, it did. And I think that's what they needed to do. They needed to but why they could still have used the interface, they could have still kept a lot of the things that we liked. I really liked the manual camera control on that. I like, they did a lot of helpful, useful things with the Fly app, like improving the battery meter that you never could see. They did a lot of really good things. Obviously, we like the Fly app now, but it's no Go 4 app for sure. We us that played with those way back,
Yeah. I
we
like
did
the
get
fact that in the Go 4 app, you could have both the map and the attitude indicator on your tablet, not on the phones. It didn't work on the phones, but it
on
did
the tablet,
work on the tablet. And anyhow,
I'm trying not to miss my dinner call, but I'm already.
They probably won't even call you anymore. They're like, oh well, why would we call him? He ain't picking up anyhow.
I'm always in trouble. So I'm born in trouble.
Yeah, you in the doghouse.
But I'm gonna keep. I think, like I said, wintertime. I'm gonna keep evolving my space here. I want to do something more fun behind me, except for having this black case, which was, so I there's tons of. One idea was a TV, but we'll see. I got enough freaking TVs around this house.
Take the one out of your son's room.
Well, I got the one that's in front of me here that I really don't use. I could probably put that back there.
No, you take the one that's in your son's room out.
One? He's got 2 TVs in there.
Well, see, then you get a TV and a monitor.
He's got 2 big 55s in there, like side by side. One is like, I think, just for video games, and the other one's for the football games or baseball when it's going on. I don't know.
Well, take them both out, Make him rethink his choices in life. Maybe he'll find a place of his own where he can have TVs.
I remember last Christmas, and he's like, Mom, I'm going to buy this TV for my room. And she's like, I don't care. Buy it wherever you want. He's like, they're just so cheap. It sounds like something I would say. The only reason why you're doing it is not necessarily because you need it, but because they're so inexpensive right now, and you can get, a 4K, ultra high, backlit, screen, whatever model that they got on sale, for $200. I think 208 was the last 55 I saw on Samsung. So there's my call.
There's your call.
There. I'm going to have to answer.
The call of the wild. The call for dinner. Come and get it. So
that is the call. So
that was the call. So, and what's that call? We're missing somebody tonight.
I got to run to the store.
Ben,
see you, East Coast. He's got to run to Home Depot. He saw the deals.
Yeah, he's on the Home Depot to get himself a $34 or $35 drum.
Oh my God, they could at least put something good on there. One thing. Oh my God. That tells you, I mean, before we leave here, that tells you how little there is available that they would put those on there instead of a DJI, like, SE,
Well, I
put a
mean,
Potenzic on there. At
I'm
least one.
thinking, the thought process at Home Depot was innocent enough because it falls under outdoor hobbies.
Yeah. I
And
understand why they
therefore,
do it. It's a tool. If you're going to do roof inspections, but they need to sell fucking
well, they have
good
for outdoor hobbies, they have metal detectors, telescopes, drones, and kids cameras.
they sell tools. They need to put a tool on there so a contractor can use it. They're just trying to sell junk.
And here, I mean, new action camera just came out today. I've got to hold on before you. We just it's that good.
The Akaso Brave
There we
5.
go. We got the
8070.
4K action camera for $78.20.
At least they could
How
put an
can you
Akaso.
go wrong?
The Akaso Brave 8 or something up there. At least that. Oh.
With the carrying bag.
I could
It
so
looks
make
like
their
the dive cases in there too.
guys, let me tell you something. I could work for Home Depot's sales department, and I could completely make them stuff or have them have stuff that they could sell that has actually a track record of being somewhat decent. I mean,
Come on, you can't. It can't get any better than this. An action camera for $79. You crash that on your FPV. 70.
okay, Ape Man actually has been one that they've sold that kind of has a following. Ape Man was I don't know where they've gone, but Akaso basically passed them up for cheap cameras. They're now in the $300 range. But
All right, Mister.
yeah, we're out of
Mr.
here. Yeah.
Landon.
We got to go. Yeah, Ape
You
Man.
got any more words of wisdom to share?
Don't buy a drone at Home Depot.
Y'all watch your wallets on Black Friday.
And
Just saying.
you guys are old vets, okay? They do have the Contico F-35, okay? But at $299 is probably pretty good.
Wait for the Black Friday deal where you got $100 off.
Exactly. That's the 2-axis EIS. It is not true 4K. So just know that.
Yeah.
It's not, you're going to get grainy, but good, stable 4K, but it's not, when you blow it up on a screen, it's not going to look good. You're going to be very disappointed, but it does fly really good. And
So
the one that's on, anyway, I better stop. I can just keep
I'm going to cut you off.
Cut me off.
You got to go eat, and I'm hungry too, but we'll need duct tape. So anyhow, everybody have a very happy Thanksgiving. That is coming up. Come on, you can unmute. Oh, so you muted yourself. So
anyhow. I just muted myself.
Yeah. Everybody have a happy Thanksgiving. We'll see y'all next Tuesday, same time, same place. Until then, y'all hit the thumbs up button on the way out, if you would, please.
Thank you, and have a great holiday. Enjoy it.
Have a great holiday, and
Turkey.
Be careful with the deals.
Yeah, oh man, it's so much fun. All right, we're out of here. Have a good one. We'll see.